The eighth creative habit is all about training yourself to give attention to your dreams, more specifically lucid dreaming. What is a lucid dream? Well, put simply, it's a dream where you realize you're dreaming and you take control of what happens next. Some of the lucid dreams I have experienced are among some of the most transcendental episodes, which is why I see how this road holds ample dividends for your creativity. Furthermore, living a conscious experience without a body is also one of the most helpful ways of losing your fear of death. A parallel study of this would be the study of NDEs, or near-death experiences. There's ample proof that NDEs are not the results of dying brain functions and that consciousness continues beyond the loss of our physical forms. This sort of unlimits our creative potential to not only a more universal standpoint, but an immortal one. Good news? You can say that again. There are many types of dreams, and studying them imply that we make a conscious effort to sort them out, record, and try to interpret them. Some are clairvoyant, some are messages from the subconscious, and some are mind expansion voyages, but most can become lucid. Dreams point to an alternative reality whether we realize it or not. If you doubt that anything significant happens when dreaming, or are convinced that dreams are only subconscious fancies, then you should revisit this belief with some interesting facts. First, meditate on some of your past creations and see if any of your inspirations have come to you after waking. Check out the video on notebooks, the fifth creative habit, and more specifically the notebooks on recording your dreams. It might define more clearly how to access this very powerful tool. Several world-altering insights, inventions, and works of art have come from dreams. You can research any one of them more extensively on Google. And speaking of Google, Larry Page was studying at Stanford and had a nightmarish dream that he had been accepted by mistake at this university and could not meet the expectations. So, to facilitate his studies, he imagined that he could download the entire web onto an old computer. He got up in the middle of the night to explore the possibilities and realized that it was possible. Can you imagine now a world without Google if he hadn't had that dream? Another nightmare led to another invention, the humble sewing machine. In 1845, Elias Howe dreamt that he'd been captured by cannibals, of all things, who gave him an ultimatum. He had to invent a sewing machine within 24 hours or suffer a painful death. He failed the 24-hour deadline, so the cannibals stabbed at him repeatedly with spears that had a hole in the tip. Talk about making a point. Howe realized that he had to put an eye in the needle to create the lock-stitch sewing machine he'd always struggled to invent. I feel that very few scientists boast that some of their discoveries were inspired by dreams. There are rumors that Einstein had a dream that sparked the discovery of the theory of relativity, and that Niels Bohr also had a dream about the structure of the atom. But I think that many scientists would deny this because they're very rational people and fear it would invalidate their research and the contributions of their colleagues and peers. But there are several accounts of dreams contributing to moments of discovery. Nikola Tesla's dreams played a significant role in the development of his inventions. He believed that his subconscious mind was capable of processing complex ideas and solutions while he slept, which he would then build upon when he woke up. This phenomenon is often referred to as incubation or sleep thinking. Tesla was quite frank about this process. Another example would be chemist Dmitry Mendeleev, who spent 10 years trying to create a pattern that connected the chemical elements together. One February night, just as he was on the verge of a major breakthrough, he fell asleep and dreamt up the idea he'd been searching for. Mendeleev wrote in his diary, "I saw in a dream a table where all the elements fell into place as required. Awakening, I immediately wrote it down on a piece of paper." On the artistic side, I'm sure that most artists have had some sort of creative inspiration from their dreams. And there are several reports of musicians waking with a melody that became a classical or popular hit. The melody for the song Yesterday came to Paul McCartney in an actual dream. The Financial Times reports that McCartney woke up with the melody playing in his head. The surrealist master Salvador Dali describes his paintings as hand-painted dream photographs, including his most famous piece, Persistence of Memory, full of melted clocks. One of the most successful films in history was inspired by a fever dream. Director James Cameron imagined an explosion, and coming out of it was a robot cut in half, clutching kitchen knives and crawling towards him. He sketched the Terminator down when he woke up, and ultimately actor Arnold Schwarzenegger made the character his own. Some other films inspired by dreams include Misery, Suspiria, and Frankenstein. So, do you still think this all sounds a little far-fetched? Well, remember, dreams organize and consolidate ideas, images, memories, and bits of information that you gather up when you're awake throughout the day. Letting your mind wander during sleep can lead to greater creativity. It is the ideal incubator. You can refer to some of the past videos to learn about the incubation process. Let's face it, creativity is not a palpable resource. It stems from your belief system, your education, your lifestyle, and you're linked to intangibles like intuition and, yes, the dream world. It's just another playground for exploration, especially if your dreams become lucid. And if you take the time to approach it in a disciplined way, it will be another ally to boosting your creativity. Check out in the comments below some good reference book for training and lucid dreaming, as well as some Gaia.com references. Expand and happy dreams. If you wish to see more of my talks on creativity and behind the scenes of my creative meanderings, please subscribe to this YouTube channel or subscribe to my newsletter at the links below. If you wish to enhance your living environment with one or several of my images, please visit my fine art store. Be well and stay inspired.